we are going to build an automation that triggers when a lead fills out our lead inbound form, and we will set up an autoresponder to send them a message confirming their submission and sending them a calendar link to book time to meet now that they filled out this form. So let's get into it. The form that we're going to use today, obviously this can be absolutely any form, but we're going to be using Webflow form submission as our trigger. And great, we have some test data here. Awesome. So once we set up this trigger, maybe we use Jotform, maybe we use an Airtable response or Typeform or something of that nature. Let's move on to the action event. So now we want to send them, in this case, we'll send them an email. Send email action event, continue. We're going to link the account. Great. And now let's provide some information here. So who do we want it to send it to? Well, we want to send it to whomever responded. So we're going to link the email there. And you know what? Maybe I want to BCC myself. That way I can just keep tabs on this. Now from name, I want this to be from my robots, a reply to email. I'll put my email in as well. That way, if they have questions, if they need to respond and they click reply, this is the email that it'll go to. The subject, we can just paste in next steps, book time here. Now for the body, what do we want to include here? Well, first of all, I'll say hi, and we will grab the name from the email form. Now, sometimes the form will split up the first and last name. Let's take a look if it does here. First, it does not. So let's add a formatter step to split apart the first and last name. That way I can say hi, first name. So we want a formatter step, text, and now we want to split text. And the input that we want is going to be the full name, that name. Separator is just going to be a space, so we can actually, a default space, so we can actually leave this blank. And we effectively want the first value. Now, this is great, but maybe they didn't even capitalize their name. Sometimes names don't come in as capitalized. So we can add another step here to actually just capitalize this bit of information. So again, another text step, continue. And we can capitalize the output of the previous step. So now we have the first name, and now it's first name, capitalized first name. Now we can say, hi, first name, capitalized first name, right? Hi, first name. Thank you for submitting. In order to proceed, please click the link below to book a time with a technician. Awesome. And actually, here, we'll paste in a link. This will be the booking link. If you have a signature set up in your Gmail account, we can select one here. I don't, so we don't really need to use this. We can add a label to it if we want to. I don't have any attachments. I just want them to book time. Cool. So now, if we send this and test it out, awesome. Something just sent. And here we go. We have next steps, book time now. Hi, thank you for submitting, blah, blah, blah. We have the capitalized first name, and we have a link to book time. Awesome. Now this is fairly simple to set up. We can always add more steps to log that this lead has actually come through. Maybe use Gmail. I use Airtable for this type of thing where we can go into Airtable as a database, add their information if they don't exist, check the box to show that yes, they submitted the form and the scheduling link on its way. They have yet to book time, and we can set reminder flows based off of those check marks, right? If they've submitted a form, but they haven't booked yet, and that information hasn't gotten back to Airtable, we can send a reminder email 2 days later to just check in and say, hey, make sure you book. And here's the link. Cool.